I'm also on. Hello, everyone. I'm also on not only Facebook, YouTube. I'm on Instagram Live. So I'm doing all of them. Hello, hello, hello. So welcome everybody, and thank you for joining. I love my little feeding the ducks um, song. I know it's a filter, isn't it great? I love the filter. I like the filter. It sort of evens everything out. I don't know. Anyways, porn music. Um, that's funny. So, what do we have today? We have okay. The sun, of course, is in Gemini. We have Pluto is now officially in Capricorn. We have the moon conjuncting with the North Node and Jupiter. Mercury making squares. Well, we'll be making a square over to Saturn and over to Pluto. Excuse me. What does that all mean? Well, the sun, it's in a great place. I mean, the sun is not, in a bad place. We have the moon moving towards as it's in Taurus, moving towards the sun, and to have this beautiful new moon, and hey Jen, and this beautiful, new moon that is coming up is also it has some really positive vibes to it, but there's also this part to it that we have to sort of be aware of. And with especially with that Mercury, the Mercury mind is wanting to know. It's wanting to know what's going on, why this, what's that. And it can cause, us to overthink, over accelerate, instead of allowing ourselves and over, like, sometimes over fixate on things. And we don't want to over fixate on things and lose the bigger picture. Many things are going to start to accelerate today in the world, and it's going to be feeling very overwhelming. And if we get too fixated on the news, or on maybe even little things that are going in our life, and we're getting really over fixated on it all, then we're going to find that it's just going to feel like we're clogged up. So a lot of things might be feeling clogged up. You might even get the clogging physically in your world in some way. So toilets overrun, the bathtub overrun, everything, something clogged up. Now that's the physical realm. Now we have to look into the spiritual realm. What in your world, what spiritually are you clogged up on, And this would be a time of taking that time to release it, let it go, being optimistic, paying attention, because with that North Node and that moon and that Jupiter, we're not going to see it again. The node is moving into Aries next month. So this is very karmic. So this is preparing us, getting us ready, right? Physically, I've been totally fucked and bedridden. Oh, God bless you. That must be so hard. And Mercury stays secure. So, Mercury wants you to stay secure in your emotions, right? And this could be difficult, and especially with Venus quincunxing. Now, quincunxes are not my favorite. I got a lot of them in my chart. I've learned to live with them. Quincunx is difficult, and with Saturn being in Pisces, it can be very dreamy because it's very mutable. Pisces are very mutable. It's all over the place, right? And here, and there's nothing sustaining there, and it shifts. So there's a lot of shifting that's going on. So this is deep subconscious, and not allow fixation. Don't fixate on the outcome. It's got to be this way. It's got to look this way. This is where you might, for some might, because you're fixating, I got to get somewhere. So you don't see that there's a cop sitting there on the side of the road and you get a ticket in the mail, or some other crazy thing that happens. So don't be so fixated. Allow yourself, take the time, allow yourself to breathe. This is, to stay in the moment, right? Stay in the moment. There's going to be delays that are going to go on. And I was just, what was I just reading? Like, At work, computer issues. We have, what other things that are going on? We have computer issues. We had the phones go down. A lot of people were having problems with their phones yesterday. Um, I was just on Redactin was said that like MasterCard can't process payments right now, or we're having trouble processing payments. So there's things that are happening right now that could be, out of your control. So it's just like you got to take that step back. You can't, just freak out about things. So things not as fast as what you want them to be. Okay? Things aren't going to go as fast as you want them to be. So you got to pay attention to it all. Yeah, the heat wave's hitting early. We're still in spring. Summer hasn't even hit yet. And that's the thing. Summer has not hit yet. So we have to really not over fixate on everything. And especially with Saturn. Saturn is coming to us to a stop. I mean, it's hardly even moving. I think it's at 29 seconds, right? And that's nothing for Saturn. So Saturn is basically stopping, and it's going to be going retrograde. So just think of this big planet stopping in the water. So there's this immersion of this energy of almost like this, I'm going to say like a tidal wave or a wave coming in, and as it's going to start to go backwards. So you know how kids, when you're in a bathtub, you go backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. So think of that forward motion of all that water coming up and then going backwards. So this could cause a lot of, could cause tidal waves, could cause some other issues that we might be seeing. Some problems with, water or dam or things along that line, eh? So we are, it's going to be interesting. And so that's why it's very important for us to be fixated. We're already as far as the forest fires in Western Canada next decade. Yeah, forest fires haven't really started in BC yet. I haven't heard anything. Weather seems to be still clear there. So unless, in the northern parts. I have my opinions on the forest fire and stuff, and things that are going on. I've had it for a while, since it began, but just have to, that's the whole thing. You got to focus on the positive. You got to stay in that light, because we're going to be seeing and we're going to be feeling a lot more of other things that are going to be coming through, especially when it comes to, what's happening in Europe, what's going on with Russia and Ukraine and all of that. That's very intense energy, right? And Ukraine moving forward on the defense, I guess. I'm not a military person, but where the energies are and where Uranus is and stuff, there's a lot of different timelines that are coming in right now. We're, hearing with and plus with Pluto going back into Capricorn, it's going to bring back things up. It's going to bring things back up again. So this is very important for all of us, to stay very grounded, to not over fixate on things, really, and focus on, the things that you can do, the things that are available for you to be able to do at this time. So I'm going to pull some cards. And I've been thinking about getting back into markets. I did the market up in Manville. Absolutely fabulous. I just love going to Manville. Love the people, love the energy. Vicky, her family, they're just absolutely fabulous. So thinking about getting back into markets here, which is and getting more involved into doing markets again. So it's, again, so now I have to look at, for me, it's a reprioritizing how I'm going to do things, right? And not get overly fixated. Oh my God, I can't do that, or I can't afford that. Blah. Otherwise, it's going to stop me. It's going to freeze me. So you got to think of, okay, what are you over fixate that's stopping you from moving in a certain direction that you want to go into? So let's pull some cards. Oh, the Temperance. Now, if you look at the Temperance, this is the same angel as the Judgment, okay, in the tarot. So it's a very same angel. This is looking at your balancing, how you're balancing things. She's looking down at the water. She's looking down at how you want to bring things. She's got that shining aura light around her crown chakra. We have the sun rising in the back. We have irises that are there and the water flowing. So there's a lot of flowing. This is a Temperance. This is balance, bringing that balance in. How do you want to bring that balance in? I mean, her wings are there. There's a your pineal gland, your third eye. How are you seeing things? She's got 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land, and that's very much how the energies are right now. It's you got to look at the Taurus energy and the water energy, the Pisces, and then we also have the moon. So Mercury sextiling over to the north node. So you don't want to fall into the darkness. You don't want to go in the back weeds there. You don't want to go in the thrushes and get lost, right? You don't want to go there. You want to stay focused. Okay, how am I balancing things? How am I bringing things to a balance? In comes the Magician. What are your choices? The Magician card comes in. He's asking you for the choices. As above, so below. There's the infinity sign, things are moving. So what are you bringing into balance? These are 2 major arcana cards. So it's important to really pay attention. What are you paying attention to? What are you not paying attention to? Okay. And in comes the Devil. Holy shit. So don't get fixated on this world. Don't get fixated on this mundane world. The Devil comes in and says, what are you choosing? That's Pluto and Saturn. Pluto and Saturn, they're the devil cards, right? They're the malefics. They're the ones that saying, you want to focus on that? You want to focus on that shit? Okay. Well, let's balance that shit out. Let's, cause more shit. Let's cause more backup. Let's cause more clogs. So look at what you are choosing. Choose wisely. This is the energy to really choose wisely on what you are wanting to bring in the balance for. Because the devil is like, and don't get lost. Don't get lost. I mean, this looks very pretty. This looks like a wonderful card. He's giving her flowers. Here you go. It's a card that the roof needs to be done. The house is falling apart in the back. There's the grayness that is off to the side. Where is he walking? And there's the 10 there. Look at that. There's the X. X marks the spot. So there's the X there. So the X is marking the spot. So what is that X? The X is in the gray, right? So is there something that's gray that you're focusing on? This is like melancholy, like getting caught up in past emotions. Like, oh, it used to be this way, used to be that way, but not realizing that, oh my God, yeah, the roof leaked. There's a bunch of shit going off onto the side. So really be aware of the choices you're making and staying optimistic and staying in the direction that you need to be going on to. And if things need to be fixed, get them fixed. Don't say, oh, I'll put it off to tomorrow. Don't do that right now because it's going to fuck you. So there you go. Have a fabulous day as I have to go off to my muggle job. So have a good one, everybody. And may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say, in all that you be, in all that you do. Blessed be. Stay bright, shine bright. Okay? So we'll talk to you guys all tomorrow. Have a blessed one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.